Hello, my name is Shallow. Welcome back to Evilution. This is map 10, Redemption, where we are going to continue working on clearing out this military base. I like this one. This one's got kind of Master Levels vibes to it. It's just sort of a humble, small map. Again, it's cool. It definitely looks like a little military base, right? But it's not like a big, elaborate thing. A lot of people think of Final Doom as kind of a two-parter of Evilution and Plutonia. Whoa, whoa, Knight. Okay. Sometimes people will acknowledge the Master Levels as having been part of Final Doom. I think people often forget that Final Doom was a four-part situation if you want to count Maximum Doom. id Software were really throwing everything at the wall just to see what they could get away with here. Thought there would be another one of these. The downstairs trap was trickier. This one's not so bad. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oops. Timed that all wrong. I think Final Doomer changes up the transparency on some of the enemy projectiles, unfortunately. It's an older mod. It's a very fun mod. I like it a lot, but it's definitely got older GZ Doom sensibilities in mind a lot of the time. I don't think the person who made it is still involved in the Doom community. So unfortunately, there was a Final Doomer Plus update years back, but I don't think there's going to be any updates going forward. It's going to be one of those mods that I think is just going to slowly fall apart as it gets left behind. Oh well. Way she goes. We'll just have to make the most of it while we've got it. Anyway, Master Level stuff is, it's really a mixed bag. With Plutonia, id Software went and deliberately commissioned a set of maps specifically to sell as an expansion pack, right? With Evilution, they just bought an existing Megawad, but it is a Megawad that was originally intended to be played all together in a 32-map set. So, you know, morality of corporations buying up the community's labor aside, I think it's still all good. I don't think I'm hitting those Revenants. I think they're too short. When it comes to the Master Levels, they sort of just went right back into shovelware type stuff. Those maps I don't think are bad in isolation. They're made by some pretty notable people in the community. The problem is they're not maps that were ever developed to be played together in that way. And actually the Master Levels don't present them as a continuous run of levels either. They're just sort of individual map wads all slapped together into a program. It's sort of a mess. But that presentation style, I think, changes perception of Master Levels a lot. I've played some of those maps, because many of them were originally intended to be parts of bigger projects that got split up when id Software bought only a few of them. Yeah, there you are. And they don't play great as individual levels, but if you stick them back together as a Doom 1 episode, as originally many of them were intended, they're pretty fun. Can't say the same for Maximum Doom. I think Maximum Doom was probably always going to be a mess. The funny thing about Master Levels maps, like Dr. Sleep's Inferno series or the Cabal series of maps, those sort of killed the projects they were part of they were going to be bigger releases until id Software bought half the maps and made them exclusive to a commercial product. But with Maximum Doom stuff, you can still find those maps all over the place, freely available without buying Maximum Doom. I guess the same exclusivity deals didn't apply to those. They truly are just sort of an official shovelware release. Very odd. Very strange decision on the part of id Software. I don't think it was a decision made out of any sense of community or creativity. I think it was purely just, we would like to make more money off of Doom. Oh. I think it's easy to see something like that happening as being a very cynical thing, especially in the context of today, when id Software is a much bigger company. Back then, it would have been just a handful of people who love making games and suddenly found themselves much more successful than they ever imagined. I think a more... Oh, that doesn't work? Okay. We'll have to push the button for that, I guess. I'm going to push the button. A more appropriate way to think of what id Software did on this quote-unquote cash grab, I guess. A more appropriate for the times way to think of it might be to compare it to when Dave Zemansky's Iron Lung really blew up and he raised the price on it afterward. Kind of realizing, hey, wait a minute, I made something way better than I thought I did. I should probably charge what I think it's worth. It's hard not to fault him for that. I think Iron Lung was like $5 or something originally. And then it exploded in popularity, and now they've got a movie deal. I guess if you want to be mean about it, you could call that a cash grab, but, you know, I don't know. I can kind of see it from their perspective. I get it. Things are a little different if you're id Software today and you're a huge ZeniMax-owned studio, and I don't know. The context changes it a lot for me. I'm missing 5 whole secrets. This is not a big map. Where are these secrets? I would settle for finding 1. I think. Yeah, that's a sound tunnel over there. I don't think that's actually a secret. These buttons raise up out of the floor when you walk onto these balconies. I wonder if you can stand on them and jump out. That might be one of the secrets. No, there's a player blocking line there. So unless it's behind the button, I don't think that's how you do this at all. I mean, I don't need to find all the secrets or anything, but it feels bad to find none. None at all. Hang on, there's something down there to the south. Let's check that out. Yeah, there we go. Oh! That was all 5 secrets. Okay, it's a small map, but there's 5 secrets, and it's because every sector in that secret is marked as secret. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry about the brief cut there. I went to look up if Iron Lung was out yet. It's not. It's coming out in a couple of days. Anybody excited about that? I don't know. I can't decide. Storage facility. I mean, I know people are excited about it. I'm trying to decide how excited I am about it. I remember this map. I kind of like this one. It's just a big warehouse type thing. It's a lot of long sight lines. Yeah, it's beginning already. It's hit scanners with the ability to shoot you from halfway across the map. All over the place. But I do remember the actual design and layout of this map being quite fun. That last one, Redemption, is pretty good too. It's very simple in its texture use, but the sector work in that one was really nice. That's weird. I really like that Sean computer combination. That's really nice looking, actually. I love that. I don't remember that texture. It's weird that it doesn't indicate a secret or anything, just because it's so different between the two. Oh, interesting. This one doesn't do decals, but this one does. What? That's weird. That's a Z-Doom thing where it doesn't do decals on animated textures. It's weird that TNTs are treated differently. I don't understand why that is. I couldn't tell you. I've never seen that before. That's very strange. If this was a user map, that's one thing, because maybe the WAD author put specific Z-Doom exceptions in for decals. You can do that, but I would expect the iWAD maps to all be treated the same across the board. I guess not. Weird. Yeah, look at this. It's got a bit of a Black Mesa vibe to it, doesn't it? With these security checkpoints. I guess it's a sort of a Black Mesa style facility, this TNT place. It's a big unethical science lab supported by the military. Overrun with demons. Man, I love that skybox. Oh! And it's properly a skybox, so it's not wrong for me to call it that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's just rush these guys before they ship me to death from a million miles away. There we go. There we go. The demon's sending a hell spaceship. It was always a really cool concept that sure was not executed terribly well in the original. Oh, those are barrels. Didn't want to pick up that berserk. Oh well. The original main menu screen for TNT just looks like a big marble that a bunch of chrome lozenges got on accidentally. It barely looks like a spaceship invading a moon. But now it does. I was really digging trying to find some kind of official source for the story, the lore of Evilution. Believe it or not, I do not have a physical copy of Final Doom. I actually never did. Final Doom is not something that I played back in the day. I have experience with Doom 1 and 2 from my childhood. I don't think I ever owned Final Doom. That's something that I didn't play until much later when I was able to get the games digitally. So I've never owned a physical copy of Final Doom with the manual or the box or anything. You can find the story, the lore, and all that stuff on the Doom Wiki, but they don't cite where that comes from. The fandom Doom Wiki has more information, but that's a much less reliable source. So I don't want to go off of that. A lot of it is just sort of common knowledge, but you gotta be careful with common knowledge. A lot of stuff, especially in... Stop teleporting in. Especially in these older, quote-unquote, fandoms around fictional settings. You gotta be careful with common knowledge, because stuff will catch on, and people will assume it's canon when it just comes from absolutely nowhere. Somebody made it up a while ago, and it's been repeated ad nauseum until everyone just accepts it. Happens all the time. So I was trying to find something official, something citable for Evilution, and I couldn't find it, unfortunately. Specifically, what I was looking for was where it takes place. Commonly, people say it takes place on Io, one of the moons of Jupiter. I couldn't find a source for that. I don't know where that's from. Ooh, there's a Archvile. That's where these zombies keep coming from. Like, it's not bad enough that they're teleporting in. You gotta resurrect them too? Rude. The lost episodes of Doom take place on Io, Callisto, and Europa. So I wonder if maybe there's some miscommunication that's happened over the years where those get conflated with each other. Oh, there's another Archvile! Alright, Evilution, you've come out to play. You're starting to bring the dangerous Archviles now. Cool. Lost episodes of Doom are sometimes claimed to be, by the creators of Lost episodes even, are sort of presented as semi-official expansions, but they're not. They are commercial products, but they're not official id Software expansions. Not part of Final Doom. But those maps explicitly call out the setting as certain Jovian moons. And with TNT, as far as I can tell, not explicitly saying where it takes place, but the menu screen kind of looking like Jupiter. I wonder if over the years people have just combined the two concepts. I don't know. I have for this playthrough, if anyone cares about the goofy channel lore that I do, decided that it does take place on a moon of Jupiter, but the moon specifically is classified. I'm choosing not to name it specifically because I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to contribute to the spread of misinformation. And yeah, it's Doom lore from the 90s. Who cares, right? But, you know, that's where it starts. I don't want to... You don't want to get into bad habits with stuff that doesn't matter, because then you'll be in those bad habits when stuff that does matter come up. Then you end up with a bunch of people who take Warhammer lore way too seriously, marching on the White House. And you don't want to be in that group. At least I don't, and I would hope you don't either. I don't know. How do I get up there? I think I teleport to that if I'm remembering right. This is 2 in a row now where I've brought up politics. And I keep apologizing, but honestly I think I need to do it more. Every now and then you gotta fire some gunshots off into the sky just to keep the rent low, you know? Every now and then I have a video that does well and I start getting weird comments and I'm like, I should play a game with a gay romance next. You know, I should do that anyway, but like just sometimes I should do it for a purpose. Sometimes it's business and pleasure, you know? Red key, red key. Oh, this crate maze. It's not a Tom Hall crate maze. Those are very two-dimensional. They were built with Wolfenstein's restrictions in mind. Really? The poop crate texture is nothing? That's just a fun little TNT detail? Okay. Sort of expected that to maybe be a secret. Tom Hall's crate mazes are horizontal only, really, but this one adds a vertical component that's kind of fun. But the whole map being made out of just crate textures does get a little annoying. The map taking place in a storage facility is a neat idea, and overall it's an okay map. What happens if I go down here? Have I been down here? I have. Oh, it's a maze. I like the way this map looks outside. It's once you get into this crate warehouse, it falls apart on me a little bit. Look at this. How did you stack that crate? That one's just wedged in. That's a precarious crate situation. That one's stuck to the ceiling. It's not supported by anything below it. Okay, somebody turned off the lights in here. Oh, alright. Didn't know there were specters in here. That changes things a bit. I probably wouldn't have done that if I'd known there were specters. There we go. Okay. Yay, let's make the map ugly. That's one of those sound effects like the silencer. The sort of James Bond pew-pew silencer sound effect. I think every gun nerd in the world has probably annoyed everybody they love with this factoid already, but that's not what silencers sound like. But Hollywood keeps making them sound that way because audiences expect them to sound that way now. Whatever, I don't actually care. It's the Wilhelm scream of gun sounds. No, people don't scream that way, but it's still fun to put the effect in. Night vision goggles have the same thing, don't they? Where they have that high-pitched whine when you turn them on. They don't do that. And I guess I tend to think of it almost as an old-school 90s... Back when they were testing this stuff, it's like a Gulf War technology kind of vibe to it, right? I'm not familiar enough with the history of night vision technology to know if this is true or not, but I wonder if that is what they sounded like at one point and they don't do it anymore. But the sound effect has persisted because, you know, everybody was doing night vision sound effects back in the day, so now that's what everybody thinks it should sound like. Maybe. Who knows? This is the exit, right? It sure looks that way. There is a megasphere outside. That's got to be one of the secrets. And then there's a building way back at the start that I don't think I entered. It doesn't look like I entered it. I don't think it's a secret, but it could be. I feel like I'm remembering there being a secret somewhere in the crate maze. One of these crates opens up, right? I'm gonna poke around. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. If nothing else, I'll find those remaining 5 imps. Here we go, this building. Yeah, here's where the remaining enemies are. Cool. 3 of them dead in one shot. Perfect. Thanks for lining up for me, fellas. Nothing in the big, bloody vertical crate? Okay. There is a map, an auto map up in this tower. So that should... There we go. This is cool. Look at this. You didn't have to go through this trouble. Oh, people expected far less than this back in the 90s, and you went and put with these vertical diagonal lines too, just to sort of round out the security desk here. Ah, I don't know, man. TNT does a lot right. For a map set that's not very good, it does a lot right. I will not apologize for enjoying Evilution. Ah, there we go. Now that we have the blue key, we've got a shortcut in here. Excellent. Has the map revealed secrets to me? Yes, it has. And I actually don't want to take the shortcut to get them. Hang on. Oh. Okay. There it is. And, cool, it's another one of these where all the secrets are linked. Is that it? There should be one more. Do I have to do them quickly? Yeah, I heard something open when I walk in here, so I think I have to be quick. Yeah, I have to be quick. The limiting factor really is this elevator, though. So let's do this. Yeah, that'll do it. The last chunk of that is not a secret. That's the best part of it. All right. And I still didn't get that megasphere that's outside. That doesn't count as a secret, interestingly enough. Yeah, that's still hanging out up there. I don't remember how to get that. I'm pretty sure you teleport to it from somewhere, but I don't remember where. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, the sky cuts off the roof of the other buildings there. That's just a Doom engine limitation. Nothing to be done about that. Okay, let's get out of this crate maze. Get me out of here. Oh, whiffed the jump. Hang on, gotta do some parkour. And parkour. Parkour, parkour. All right, we did it. We are out of here. Woo! All right, that should be the military base levels finished. We'll continue on with Evilution next time. We'll see where this adventure takes us. I'll see you again real soon. Until then, you take it easy.